Hey, welcome to this lesson where we'll be talking about exponential growth. So our essential question, what exactly is exponential growth? We've talked about the graphs of exponential equations and how they increase a lot faster than polynomials or rational expressions or any other function really that we've talked about at all, that you've probably heard of so far in your math careers. But have you ever heard the term, wow, it's growing exponentially, or that's increasing exponentially? Well, this is what it's talking about, exponential growth. There's an actual model for how things grow over time exponentially, which means faster and faster and faster every year. And one common idea of exponential growth is interest, and interest on a bank account or a loan or a debt that you have to pay. That is exponential because every year it takes a certain percent. So you're multiplying by a certain percentage every year, and that's increasing how much you have to pay or how much you have in the bank account and things like that. There's many different scenarios for it. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to introduce exponential growth and then model exponential growth with exponential equations. All right, so this is the exponential growth equation. The P stands for the principal amount. So the principal means the amount you're starting off with. Most of the problems will say you're starting off with so-and-so, or you put this much money in the bank, or the population of the city at this time was such and such. The rate is how fast it's growing. You want to put that as a decimal. So if it says increases 5% or at a rate of 30%, make sure you change that percentage into a decimal before you put it in there. Don't do 1 plus 30% and then that's not good. You want to always put your R as a decimal. If it doesn't give it to you as a decimal, make sure you convert it from the percentage to the decimal. And then T is the amount of time that elapses from the beginning time. So the beginning is T equals 0. That's when it starts. And then T is the time. It may be in years, it may be in days, it may be in months, whatever it is, that's the time that passes. NA is your new amount. So for example, if I have a certain amount that every year, let's say so I have a bank account, I put a certain number in there, and that's my principal. And every year it's going to go up 10%, which is pretty awesome. So I'd have 0.1 here. So 1 plus 0.1 would be 1.1. So I'd have 1.1 here times, let's say I put 20 bucks in there, and T. So if I wanted to find out how long, so if the interest rate is applied yearly, let's say, and I wanted to find out how much money I would have in the bank account after 20 years, that means that I need to multiply 20 by 1.1 20 times. So 20 is the time that elapsed, 20 years. So it would be 20 times 1.1 to the 20th power. So 1.1 needs to be multiplied 20 times, multiplied by 20, and that would give me my final amount. An example, the population of Jacksonville was 3,810. So right before we go any further, that sounds like a principal to me. So it was 3,810. So I'm going to put that where P should go. That is the starting amount. It was that in 2007. All right, so that sounds like my starting point, 2007. Let's remember that. And is growing at an annual rate of 3.5%. Boom, there's a rate. It tells you right there, annual rate. Boom. That should trigger in your head. Ding, 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 ding. That's the rate. So 1 plus 3.5. No, remember, it's 3.5%. So I need to write that in decimal form. Equals 0.035. So here I'm writing 0.035 to the t. Now I have my equation. Okay? From here, I would recommend using a graphing calculator to solve the problem. So if this growth rate continues, what will be the approximate population in 2020? So you want to make sure, like I said, use a graphing calculator. This could be very tedious with these decimals. Make sure you use a calculator for this to help you with the calculation. What will be the approximate population in 2020? Well, when was my starting time? It's 2007. So 20 minus 7. How many years have passed? 13 years. So my t is 13. So A equals 3,810 times 1.035 to the 13th power. And if I solve all that out, I'll get my final answer. And if you do all that calculation, you should get 5,958.67. Now, since you can't have a part of a person, I'm going to round that up to 5,959 people. I'm going to say approximately that many people. So there should be approximately 5,959 people living in Jacksonville in 2020. So that was exponential growth. Hope you understood it. Go ahead, try your homework assignment. If you still have questions, make sure you reach out to me. You can meet me in Math Cafe Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11 a.m. If that doesn't work for you, you can go in there anytime, 9 to 3 on a school day, and there will be a teacher to help you out. Make sure you come to live class where you can ask more questions and get more clarification.